Hello, how are you? Welcome back to Chic Soul's YouTube channel. So in this video, we're doing Harry Potter themed all the way. Obviously, I'm repping my Gryffindor shirt. So I have 5 super easy recipes to show you. Very fun, again, super easy. I feel like with it being October, now is the time to do all of the fall things. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. I know you will like it. I want you to stick around to watch all the recipes and let's get into it. Expecto Patronum. First on the agenda in Taren's kitchen is pumpkin juice. Now I know, listen, butterbeer is the thing. We'll get to that. We have a butterbeer recipe, but I feel like the pumpkin juice as the beverage was the less obvious option, so that's what we're gonna go with. I have my little recipe ingredient list here. So we're just gonna start. First thing is 1 jug of apple cider. So we're gonna pour it into the bowl. So the recipe calls for a full jug of apple cider, but my bowl I don't think it's quite big enough to hold everything. So let's see how much of it. I think that should do it. So we have about this much left, by the way. This smells amazing already, as long as I don't knock it over in the process. All right, next thing I have on my list is 1 small can of pumpkin. Now, we were only able to find the pumpkin pie in the can, but I think that's okay. If you could smell it right now, it smells so good. Still the same idea, you know what I mean, we're making pumpkin juice, but we have this large one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use half of this. That way it's not too overbearing and we still get our full pumpkin juice effect that we want. So I'm just gonna scoop it into the bowl. I've had butterbeer and it's amazing. So I have no doubts that the pumpkin juice will be good. As much as they talk about it in the movies, I feel like, come on, we know it's gonna be delicious. All right, pumpkin pie is done. I really should have put on an apron, y'all. Next, we have half a cup of sugar. So we're gonna do light brown sugar. Yeah? Nope, we're gonna do the regular sugar. We'll get to this later, don't you worry. I feel like these, okay, so at my house, we also make like a pumpkin muffins that are so good. So I feel like I might be adding this to my arsenal of recipes to eat with the pumpkin muffin. So again, we're gonna do half a cup of sugar. Moving on to half a cup of brown sugar. I already cut the top of this open too so that you didn't watch me fumble and try to get it open. So I think the easiest way, if you've cooked with brown sugar, then this is no secret to you. I'm gonna break it up a little bit and then pour it into my measuring cup. It's a little bit hard because it is kind of chunky, so I'm just gonna eyeball it, and I think that's okay. As long as you get all of the ingredients around about what you're supposed to in the bowl, I think it's fine. And then obviously at the end, if you do a little taste test and you want a little bit more of this or a little bit less of, I guess you can't do less, huh? You can only do more at that point, but I think that's okay to do it that way. All right, so we have half a cup of brown sugar. Brown sugar in. Let's move on to some vanilla. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of vanilla just to spice it up even a little bit more. Oh, no, yeah, we'll go ahead. Again, we may have put just a little bit too much vanilla, but it's fine, it's fine. So next we're gonna move on to 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. Now we couldn't find pumpkin spice, but we have nutmeg, and I think that's okay as I splash vanilla on me. I think that's okay because we have the pumpkin pie in the can versus the regular pumpkin, so I think the nutmeg will be fine. So again, we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of this. Well, we might be here a minute. Okay. I'm gonna do it the easy way. I'm gonna take the lid off and we're gonna, oh, my spoon doesn't fit. That's okay. I promise I can measure things. All right, there we go. 2 teaspoons of the nutmeg, and then we're gonna whisk everything together, and then we will, that is a strong scent. And then we will pour it in. So whisk, here we go. Be very careful while you whisk because you can see how full it is. But the smell, like the way this smells is so amazing, y'all. Plus, if you're having like Harry Potter themed something, and like I mentioned in the beginning, everyone's going to assume that butterbeer is your beverage of choice. And then you surprise them with this, pop out with the pumpkin juice. They're gonna know that you're like a real deal Harry Potter fan. I do have some napkins to the side because it can get a little bit messy, as you can see. So I'm just gonna wipe some of the excess off so I can present them to you properly. We'll try that one. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is garnish it with a cinnamon stick. I think this is such a cute way to just really top off your drink. I'm gonna taste this first one and give the cinnamon stick a minute to get everything in there. All right, here we go. Okay, I taste the juice a lot. The bits of nutmeg, I can taste that cinnamon stick. You think you could like drink through it like a straw? Let's see. You can, it's kid friendly, adult friendly in that case. Let's see what else. Brown sugar and regular sugar I can definitely taste, but so far the overwhelming is the pumpkin flavor, which is what you want in a pumpkin juice. I say 10 out of 10. I know I put quite a bit of vanilla in it, a little bit extra nutmeg as well, but y'all, it really does taste good. That's not overwhelming whatsoever. So yes, I do recommend. And if you are familiar with the movies, then you know. What'd you expect? Pumpkin juice? And I promised y'all a butterbeer recipe. So now we're going to make butterbeer fudge. 3 ingredients, super, super easy to make. Technically, I guess 4 if you count the pinch of salt, but super easy again to make, a fan favorite. I think that a lot of y'all are really gonna like this one too. So first we're gonna start off with 2 2/3 cup of butterscotch chips. So I'm gonna put these in my measuring cup here. Let's just cut the end off, make it a little bit easier for us. So 2 2/3 cup of these. We're a little short. That's okay. I'm more of a microwave melter versus a stovetop melter. Just in my experience, that works best for me. So I'm gonna throw them in the microwave, like I mentioned, for about 90 seconds and try to get them about 70% melted. So in total, I microwaved for probably 2.5 minutes and it kind of just started to dry it out. So I added a little bit of water just to get it to this texture so that I could actually stir it and make something out of it. So next ingredient we have is the 14-ounce can of condensed sweetened milk. So I'm gonna pour this in here. I'll move this so you guys, so that you guys can see. Welcome to my real life in the kitchen. So here we go, pour this in and we'll stir it all together. I will say the butterscotch smells really, really good. I typically do, I don't know if I've done butterscotch, like chocolate chips all the way, 100% all the time in the microwave. So the butterscotch is definitely something different for me. So we're stirring. We're also going to add 1 teaspoon of rum extract. I have it right here with my little measuring thing. We're gonna try to get it right this time. Ooh, that is not a lot. Let's just do just a little bit more just in case. I feel like that wasn't a lot at all. And then 1 pinch of salt. So I've just taken the top off of this. I'm gonna put a little bit in my hand, pour it in, mix it all in. Now I did switch out this container here because that glass one seemed a little bit large for what we're making and I wanted it to be, you know, the correct size for what we're doing. So mix everything. It's looking good. I smell the rum, y'all. It is smelling strong. All right, so I think I'm ready to pour it into here. It's smooth. If I wouldn't have added that water, it definitely wouldn't have been a smooth transition. Even with the sweetened condensed milk, I think it still would have been a little bit too pasty almost. So I think that was a good call. Good call to add the bit of water. Now, obviously, if you are someone who is very good at melting things on stovetop, then I would absolutely suggest doing it that way. This was just a bit of a quicker turnaround for us. I'm gonna scrape the spoon. The recipe calls for it in the refrigerator 2 to 4 hours. So what I'm gonna do, I will put it in the fridge, but I still wanna give it like a little bit of a taste now because it just smells so good. I have a lot on my spoon. I just wanna tell y'all, you know, before you take all this time and put it in the fridge for hours, is it worth it? I think I just got butterscotch on my forehead. Okay, here we go. It is sweet. It is very sweet. It's not bad though. It's definitely a butterscotch flavor. The butterbeer, I taste for sure. And again, I've had butterbeer several times in my life, so it definitely tastes like that. And then to have it in like a fudge form is just really cool. So I am gonna throw this in the fridge, like I mentioned, 2 to 4 hours, but I will tell you, the taste so far is good. Next recipe we have is sorting hat dog. So I have a huge pan in front of me. I'm gonna thoroughly spray it. And basically we're gonna take, not basically, we are going to take crescent rolls, make them into cute tiny little hats. I'll show you how it's done. And then we'll put these little cocktail sausages in the middle. So sorting hats, obviously I would be in Gryffindor. I mean, look at my outfit. This is how I roll, how I dress today. Tell me down below too, which house you would be in. Because I think it's always fun to see, like sometimes you can tell people by looking at them which house they would be in, but other times you can't. So I feel like you should comment down below and let us know what house you would be in. So I am going to unroll these. They come with the seam on it, which makes it super easy to tear apart. But the easiest way in my experience is to roll it out and then I'm gonna tear it versus tearing them one at a time. So this is the shape that I have. It's a triangle. So the top part of the triangle, the longer part, is going to be my hat. So I'm gonna open my little sausages. So we're gonna take one sausage at the bottom, put it in the middle. Gonna roll it a couple of times just to get that hat effect, and then you just turn the little hat at the top. And that's what we're gonna do over and over and over again. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven, 375 for 12 to 14 minutes. And while those are baking, I'm gonna move on to the next recipe. So we're gonna make golden snitches. Now, when Harry joins the Quidditch team, his one job is to catch the golden snitches. So I felt like we should definitely integrate that into a Harry Potter themed party. So I have some cardstock here with just the gold shimmer rim. That's what we're gonna use. And then Ferrero Rocher chocolates. So we're gonna open these. It's super easy. Y'all are gonna be surprised with how easy it is to do these. It just takes a little bit of creativity, but I know you all have it in you. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this open. I feel like that's probably the best. Also, you need some tape, by the way. So go ahead and have that ready. Also scissors. So I'm going to attempt to cut like wings, a wing shape out of the gold side of the cardstock. Don't come for me. It may not be perfect, but I feel like I have good intentions. So that's all that counts in life. Okay, there we go. They don't have to be perfect. Like if you look at some recipes, then they're like the perfect shape. But I think as long as you tape them to the gold, like then they obviously look like the golden snitches. Everybody knows what you meant to do. So I'm gonna cut me another one. I'm gonna try to keep them the same size, especially for the same little piece of chocolate. So here we go. We have our two. I'm not mad about those, y'all. Those are pretty good. So now I'm gonna take my chocolate. I'm gonna tape them to the back side, the brown side of this, but I'm gonna tape them up so that you can see the wings. I'm gonna take me a tiny little piece of tape. I'm just going to position them on the back here, how I want them. Look at my front, make sure I want them this way because I want the words of the chocolate to be able, like to look like right side up, you know what I mean? Yeah, that looks right. And then I'm gonna take my little piece of tape and I am just going to tape these little bad boys down. And if you need 2 pieces of tape, you need 2 pieces of tape, but I think that one is probably good. See how easy that was? We have one done. I'll make a couple more just so that you can get a better idea of how they're done, but I feel like that one turned out pretty good. And last recipe we have, sorting hat dogs also are almost done, so we'll check in on those in a little bit. So we're gonna go to Ollivander's and pick a wand, but as we know, the wand picks the wizard. You know how it goes. So for this recipe, you need 1 bag of semi-sweet mini chocolates. This is super, super easy as well. All of these I feel like have been relatively easy and quick as well. Obviously we do have the butterscotch in the fridge, but other than that, and that's not even that long, you know, you could make those first and set them in until your party shows up. All right, so what I'm gonna do with these, we're gonna do the microwave melting method again. So I'm gonna pop it in for probably 2 minutes, and then we'll come back and stir everything and make the ones. Chocolate is melted. I did add a little bit of water as well, just to smooth it out just a little bit. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pop open these really cute star sprinkles first. All right, so I think the easiest thing to do, we'll grab our super thick pretzel rods. I'm going to take one, you know what, I'm gonna leave this top off. I think that's probably the easier way to get the amount that I want on the pretzel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like place, but kind of spread. I'm gonna do it quick because I don't want my chocolate to melt. And this is really up to your preference, discretion, how much chocolate and how far back that you go. Spread it out. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my sprinkles, we'll do them over here. And just do a little bit. If you got a little bit of extra on the plate, that's okay. And we're gonna sit them, I'm gonna make one more to show you, and then we'll put them to the side and let them sort of harden a little bit. There's no need, unless you just like to do this and it's easier for you to refrigerate or freeze them. They'll harden on their own if you just put them off to the side. So once these are done, we'll pull our sorting hat dogs. They are ready to go. And we'll taste them. They smell amazing. I know you can't smell them, but I'm telling you, they smell so good. These are so cute too, by the way, y'all. Okay, 2 done. I think that's enough. So to the side, and let me get the sorting hat dogs for us. Look how cute they turned out. So I'm gonna pick one up. We did them a little bit different. So some of them you saw, I just curved the top of it like this, or some other ones, we twisted to have a little twist at the top. So I'm gonna take this one. I'm very excited for these. These are a fan favorite in my house. So the Harry Potter touch is just cute. These, out of the park, so good. And that's a wrap. I hope that you found some inspiration from our 5 recipes. Let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite was. My favorite, I think, was the hats. Those were super easy, very tasty, very good. But the chocolate recipes were really, really cool. So again, let me know down below your favorites. Don't forget as well that we post new videos every Thursday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So give this one a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, but hit that bell notification and that will notify you every time a new video is posted. Don't forget as well that if you are watching, you can get 15% off the website. Use the code CurvyStyle15. ChicSoul.com is the website. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now off to Azkaban.